Hi guys, Patrice here from Nurzee. I'm the CTO for Nurzee, and I work on the IT team. So today I want to talk a little bit about the reports feature. The reports is not necessarily a new feature. We've always had this on the platform. However, we've noticed that a lot of people using, a lot of staffers on the when they log into the staffing portal, they don't actually use the reports, and I'm guessing it's because they don't know how it works. So this live stream, we're gonna like walk through some of the amazing features with the reports. Um, I'm just gonna give a few seconds so we have a few more people join in, so we can go over the reports feature. Again, if you were not here last week, we spoke about some of the new features we added to Nurzee. Every week or so, we always try to come together and kind of brainstorm new features that we're gonna add, that will make lives for the staffing agencies and the healthcare facilities a lot better. A lot of people like the things we're doing with the platform, and we still have a lot in the pipeline. All right, so I'm just gonna get going with a demonstration here. Uh, as you can see right now, we're logged into a staffing agency portal. And before I get to that, I just want to let you guys know that this is a demo account, like Vidal said. It's a demo account, so this is not anyone's profile. So we just created this just to kind of do our demos and everything. All right, so the reports feature is actually located right here. The thing about the idea behind the reports feature is actually to make the staffing agencies, life a lot easier because it kind of like summarizes a lot of things in the platform. And so we're gonna get started. Before I actually get started with some of the items here, I want to kind of define some of the things here for people who don't really know what an order is. So basically, an order, the way this VMS works is a staffing agency goes on the platform and they see an open shift, an open need, and so they recommend that shift to one of their temps. A temp is a temporary worker. It could be a registered nurse, an LPM, and so forth. And so they recommend that shift to that temporary worker. And once that is done, our account managers approve that transaction, and so that becomes an order. So once a temp is approved for a particular shift, that becomes an order. So an order could be pending, or it could be processing or completed. A processing order is usually orders that haven't reached yet. So basically, the day for that order is like still further down the road. So basically, a processing order can probably be 2 days from now or later tonight. A processing order could still be a completed order, an order that has already taken place, but the healthcare facility did not complete the order. So usually when a temp goes to like a healthcare facility and actually carries out that shift, what's supposed to happen is at the end of the shift, the healthcare facility has to go to that particular order for that shift and actually, if they have any feedback, they can insert it there. But essentially, they have to close that order by manually clicking on the button that says complete order. So that's what completes an order. That's kind of what tells the system that this order was carried out. Last week, I showed you guys a feature where we actually added the ability for staffing agencies to actually complete orders. So if a staffing agency is trying to generate their invoice, they can manually go and complete the order. And we're gonna have a live stream kind of showing you guys how a staffing agency can create an invoice. That's gonna be a whole live stream on its own because it's a really big feature, and so I'm gonna talk more about that on that live stream. All right, so that's what an order is. And again, if you guys have any questions, you can always just post them in the comment section. We're always gonna be looking, and we're always gonna respond to all that. All right, so let's get started. So the reports, again, it's a place where staffing agencies can really see summarized details about their about what's going on in their staffing agency, their company. So we're gonna start with the first one here. The first one is completed and processing order reports. So basically, I'm gonna click on here. So basically, this is gonna show the staffing agency those orders that are either completed or they're processing. Again, an order can be it can be processing when it's already completed, but that's just because the healthcare facility did not necessarily manually complete that order. So but the staffing agency can kind of like filter through here. So for example, if the staffing agency wants to know what orders has been have been completed, they have this tool where they can easily do that. So we're gonna go ahead and like demo it real quick. So what we added a filter so they can essentially filter through the particular, they can filter through a period where they want to see completed or processing orders. So we're gonna filter through this month. So we're just gonna click on the 1st of October, and we're gonna click the 31st. So it's gonna show us the ones that are completed and the ones that are processing. So for the client type, we're gonna just choose all. We have the option to filter through, but we're just gonna choose all for this case, and we're gonna choose the processing and completed. So we want to see essentially all the shifts that were filled and the shifts that that are coming up. So we're gonna hit run report. When we do that, it takes us to this screen, and as you can see here, we filter through the 1st to the 31st of October. And as you can see here, this order is processing. So this is like I explained. So this order already took place. But this healthcare facility, which is again a demo healthcare facility, this healthcare facility did not manually complete this order. So we always recommend and advise the healthcare facilities to actually always manually go complete orders, because it's a really nice tool, because they actually get to enter in any feedback. So if they have feedback about if the temp was did a good job, or if the temp was misbehaving of any sort, they can actually enter all that information there. So once they enter that information, we get the information and we summarize it and we add it to the notes for that particular temp. It's really important because it keeps, once we add it to the notes, the staffing agencies can see all the feedback for their temporary workers. So that's kind of how that feature works. So we do beg that all healthcare facilities they should always try to make sure that they manually complete orders by going to the orders. I'm actually going to demo it here real quick. After this demo here, I'm going to show you guys how to like manually go complete orders. All right, so as you can see here, again, they haven't completed this order. That's why it says processing. And you can see the date here, October 11 to, it's still October 11. So it's already passed. Um, if you see here, processing, this order hasn't taken place yet, so it's still processing. So this shift hasn't been carried out yet. So, and this shift is to be carried out by a temp called Pat. So, the staffing agency can see all that. So they can run this report, and it kind of keeps them up to date. It helps them know if they're looking for a specific looking for specific information. They can always run this report, and they get that analysis. So we're gonna go back to our report. So we did the completed and the processing orders. Here it further filters it. You can do the completed orders. So basically, if the staffing agency wants to see shifts that were completed in the past by their temps, they can click on the completed order report, and again they can filter. So we're just gonna do the same thing, filter through for 1st through the 31st of October, and we're gonna run report. And as you can see, it shows us that this one shift was completed. And this was in October 10th, so this was a couple days ago. And so again, some shifts haven't showed up here because again, the healthcare facility did not manually complete those shifts, and so they don't show here. They only show here if they manually do that. So That's it with that feature. Let's go back to reports, and again, processing orders just shows the ones that are still processing. So the orders in the ones that have the shifts that haven't taken place yet, or the ones that the healthcare facilities have forgotten to manually complete. All right, so now the next item here for the reports tab is the temp schedule. So here they can easily see their temporary workers' schedules. So if we click on temp schedule here, and they have a lot of options here. They can actually filter. Usually when a staffing agency is adding in a temp on their platform, they choose the temp specialty. There are several options here that they choose. And obviously they choose their certification, if they're CNAs, if they're LPNs, if they're RNs or whatnot. So they have all those thing items here, and so they can actually filter through those. So we're just actually gonna click on all because we want to see everything. So we're gonna filter with the dates. So we're gonna do the first here, and we're gonna do the 31st here. So the 1st to the 31st of October. So we're gonna do the processing and the completed. So we want to see all their temporary workers' schedules. So basically, we want to see their names. I want to see their schedules under their names. So if we run the report, as you can see here, we see Pat, and now with Pat, we can see that, oh wow, Pat does have the, it lists Pat's name, it lists his certification. He's a CNA, and so this is what we filter through. And oh, so now we see that, oh yeah, he did a shift in October 11th and still processing. So we can actually manually complete this shift. Um, we see here that he did this other shift and it was completed, and we see that these shifts are upcoming, so October 19th and October 24th. So that's Pat's schedule right there. So we see that. James, we see the same thing. So again, this reports tool is just kind of, if you're trying to filter items and get precise information, this is the best place to go. The reports tool. We're gonna add more filters just to kind of make life a lot easier. We're getting more ideas, and a lot of staffing agencies are giving us more ideas on the reports section. So we're gonna keep adding more items. So if you're a staffing agent and you're looking for precise information, this will be the right place to go. All right, so that was it with the temp schedule. Now we're gonna go to the temp availability. All right, so now the system actually the system knows when a temp is being scheduled for a particular shift, so that everything runs through the system. So the system knows all that. So basically the system knows when a temp is available. So I mean, that's just gonna be on the Nurzee platform. So the system knows when the temp is available on the platform, when the temp is not scheduled for a particular shift. So if the staffing agent wants to know that information, they can click on temp availability, and here they have filters. They have more filters. They can filter through, the first. We're just gonna do first to the 31st, and if they want to see, we're gonna do all through all of them. Again, you can filter. You can do, if you have like 1,000 temporary workers on your platform, you can do like, you can go, filter based on like their certifications, their specialties. You can do all that. But for now, since we have just a couple temps on here, we're just gonna do all. So basically we want to see when certain temporary workers on our platforms are available. We want to see when they're scheduled. So this tool actually shows us that. So we're gonna do these filters here, and we're gonna hit show availability. So as you can see, we see that Pat is available on these days, and he's available on all these days, but he's not available on the 24th because, again, the system knows when they're scheduled for shifts, so that shows on here. So he's available on the other days except this day. And so this kind of helps us when we're like trying to schedule them for other shifts. If we want to request them for another shift, we can come here first and kind of see if they're like scheduled for maybe some other shifts on the platform. If we see that they're available on a particular day, or we're like, oh wow, so we can actually go schedule them for that day. Obviously, the system doesn't see if they're like, scheduled through other VMS platforms. It just looks through the Nurzee platform, and again, this tool is just to help the staffing agencies on the Nurzee platform.
Can I
So
jump in real quick?
yes, of
So
course.
you're saying if I have 1,000 temps,
Mm-hmm.
I could look, scroll up a tiny little bit. I could
Yeah.
look at all my CNAs.
Mm-hmm.
If I know I needed CNAs, I could just check all my CNAs.
Exactly.
That's
So yeah,
awesome.
exactly. So if you had 1,000 temps on here, you can, like, if you were if there are a bunch of shifts that were posted and there maybe like they require CNA workers, you can actually come on here and just click on CNA and filter the date and hit show availability, and it's gonna show you all the CNA. It's gonna show you all the CNAs that are available for those particular
That's
the
awesome. That makes
different
it
days.
way easier.
Way easier. It actually helps. Some staffing agencies are using this, and they actually really do like it. But the problem is, it's just like a couple. We're trying to get more staffing agencies to use this platform, to use this tool. Sorry. All right, so that's it with the temp availability. So now here we have the client schedule. So let's click on there. So the client, what a client is actually a healthcare facility. On this platform, we call them clients. So it could be like a nursing home, hospital, whatever. But it's called a client. So what this tool actually shows the staffing agency, is going to show them all the clients on the platform. So all the healthcare facilities on the platform, and if they have any, so if the staffing agency has any temporary workers that are working in any of those healthcare facilities, the platform is going to show it. This report is actually going to show that. So let's actually go ahead and try this out. So we're going to click on client schedule, and so we're going to filter. Again, we're going to do the 1st to the 31st of October. We're going to do all. Again, you can do a lot of filters here, but we're just gonna do all since we have a couple attempts. So we're gonna hit run report. So as you can see, the ABC Healthcare LLC, this is a healthcare facility on the platform. So as you can see, we don't have this particular staffing agency has no temps working in this healthcare facility from the 1st to the 31st. So it shows no orders. But if you look at 123 Healthcare Facility, this staffing agency has a bunch of temps working in this facility, so it shows them that. So this tool kind of helps the staffing agencies know what facilities they're working at a particular time, so they can filter in, like the 1st to the 31st of October, like in this case, and they can see if they have any temps working in particular healthcare facilities. So again, this just helps them make their life easier. A lot of staffing agencies, use this information for different things. So we kind of just added that tool for them. All right, so that's it with that feature. So we're gonna go back to reports. All right, so we're done with that particular feature. So we're gonna go now to temp profiles. So this is gonna show all the temps on the platform. So all the temporary workers on these staffing agencies. So we're just gonna do all. Again, you can like filter. You can filter, show the ones that are active, show the ones that are CNAs, TMAs, and so on. But we're just gonna run the report for all temps. So there are just two temps on this staffing agency demo platform, demo account. So it's just gonna show both of them. It shows their contact information, it shows their certification and all that. So this information is usually useful for the staffing agency when they're planning. So we're gonna go back to the reports. So we did the temp profiles. So the temp profiles by certification is actually the same thing, but it's just this screen you can like filter, to show temps that are CNAs, them that TMAs, and this is a really neat tool because take for example, there are a bunch of shifts posted, and the healthcare facility needs CNAs. You can run this report, and it shows you all their phone numbers for all the CNAs. If you
Mm.
filter it to CNAs, and you can just directly call them. It's just easier that way. You call them, tell them that, oh, there are a bunch of shift posted. Are you available for this day, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of why we added that filter. So we're gonna go back to reports and client profiles. So client profiles, again, clients are the healthcare facilities on the platform. So this client profiles just shows all the healthcare facilities that are gonna be on the Nurzee platform. So if we click on client profiles, and we can filter. We just added a bunch of filters, just so the staffing agency has options, but so they can do all, and they hit run report, and it's going to show them all the healthcare facilities on the platform. And again, this is just our demo website just for our videos, so it's just going to show for but on Nurzee we have like 40 plus healthcare facilities, actually 50 plus healthcare facilities on the platform. So so that actually concludes my demo with the healthcare, with the a report section. And we do encourage that staffing agencies use this more, because we're gonna keep adding more filters. A lot of staffing agencies are suggesting some really amazing filters for the report section. So we're like working on all that stuff. So we do encourage that you guys always check out, if you're a staffing agency, always check out this page in case you want to do certain kind of filters.